Queens and Kings? It's your boy Quan, and we are back with a brand new video. So listen, you guys, we are about to get into the things. We're gonna get into the tea. We're gonna get into all of my business. Okay, listen, I know y'all done already read the title, and this is why y'all here. Your boy finna spill a little tea, okay? On his life, he's finna give y'all the story of his first ever boyfriend. Okay, so y'all, like, first of all, I want to go ahead and put out there, if you are very judgmental, go ahead and click off this video. I'm gonna need you to click off this video and go on and watch something else, because y'all, this right here is a story time from when I was like 15, 16? Was I like 15, 16? I feel like I was probably like 15 or 16 at that time. So I was still young and I was still learning and I was still new to the whole like dating and all that stuff like that. So do not judge young Quan in this video, because at the end of the day, he was a little, you know what I'm saying? He was a little... What should I say, y'all? I don't even want to say slow. I don't want to say dumb. But I mean, maybe he was just a little bit like, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because what I was doing back then, I definitely would be doing now. You know, you live and you learn. So that's all this video is about. So, boom. This is how we're going to leave it, okay? Before we get started, y'all, I did a poll on my Instagram. For those of you who do not follow me on Instagram, go and follow me. It's king_cash with 3 H's on Instagram. I did a poll on Instagram to celebrate 50 subscribers on my channel. And I also, this is my 20th video. So I am like at a milestone all over the board, okay? I'm at 50 subscribers. I'm at 20 videos. You don't hit that every day on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is the beginning stages of my YouTube growth. And for all y'all that subscribe, all 50 of y'all, I genuinely appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I thank y'all so much for subscribing and tuning in. Whoever has their post notifications on, thank you so much for turning your post notifications on to stay tuned. Your boy is coming through with some YouTube videos and some content and some heats. And y'all, it's gonna be an amazing summer on YouTube on this channel, y'all. So you better get ready, because I have so much in store. But shout out to y'all. Tell y'all aunties, tell y'all cousins, tell y'all brothers, tell y'all father, tell y'all mama, tell y'all sisters, tell everybody, your friends, they friends, anybody in the community, your neighbor, the next door neighbor. Put poster boards on the walls and the billboards in your city and let people know to subscribe to Uniquely.quan. We're just going to continue to grow and continue to put out that content and just continue to keep y'all entertained, because baby, he's here. Okay? He's here. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and get into the video, you guys, and put y'all into my tea. So let's do it. So y'all, my first ever boyfriend was around the age of like 14, 15. And this is when I was like in high school. So I was like a sophomore in high school. Mind y'all, I don't know about nobody else, right? Anybody else, people out in the world probably think that gay people like just decide to be gay. That may be somebody else's story, but that ain't my story. Literally coming like into this world, okay? I was like knowing that I was into men. Like I just knew that, like, since like y'all probably ain't gonna believe me, but since elementary school, I just like knew I just like boys. Like I just knew that was what my thing was. So it was never like a thing of like, I want to be gay because I seen somebody else do it, or I want to be gay because, like, you know, I just want to be gay. It was nothing like that. Like, it was something, it's a genuine attraction in my body for another male. So I was always like, okay, I like the physique of a male. Like, I just love like the body, and like I just love a man, a masculine man, and just like I just love men. Like, man, it's like not just any man now. Let me just clarify that, okay? Not just any man, but I like men. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm gay. Like, okay, cool. So I went all of my life knowing this, or whatever the case may be. Mind you, like when I was like in elementary school, I had like a girlfriend or whatever the case may be. We of course never did nothing or nothing like that. We like, I had a girlfriend and stuff like that. And you know, yeah, I had 2 girlfriends actually in the past. You know, I actually had girlfriends. Like, your boy had a girlfriend, okay? Or girlfriends, okay? I wouldn't just not trying it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think every gay has attempted or tried it out. That's how some end up with babies, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, that's like, I just feel like that's, you know, everybody done try it out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure. So back when I was a little jit, I just knew I was into men. I knew I was gay, whatever the case may be. So with all of this fetish for men, I of course never had no sexual encounters. I never had any type of like intimacy or communications or anything like that with any other males or nothing like that. It just was attraction, just like a normal straight person. How you just know you're attracted to females, or how you just know you're attracted to a male. It's just how it was for me. Like I just grew up automatically attracted to men. That's just who I was. Like that's how I came into the world. So that's how my story was all the way up until 10th grade, getting into the point where I was finally being like entertained by a dude. So I was in 10th grade, and everybody knows Twitter, right? We all know Twitter. We all know, Twitter. We all know it, okay? And especially if you know it, Twitter after dark. But anyways, we all know Twitter. And Twitter was the place for me because, I felt like that was a place that was different from where my family and my friends were. Everybody was on Facebook. And I was like, I have certain opinions and certain thoughts that I really don't want my family and my friends to see because no, I just felt like, I always was known as like the quiet one and the good person, a good child, and whatever the case may be, which I still am, and that's who I've always were for real. But when people get a little taste of your personality and stuff like that, they just kind of like start being like, oh, you ain't as good as we thought. We thought you was crystal clean. They don't think you're supposed to be a human. They don't think you're supposed to just like go through life and be interested in certain different things and stuff like that. So, just to keep the judgment free, I just decided to get on Twitter. But my real reason for getting on Twitter was back in 2010 because I was obsessed with like Nicki Minaj and Trey Songz. They were my favorite people. Well, not were. Nicki's still my girl. That's my girl. But Trey, I don't know. It's a lot of allegations going on around here right now, so I don't really know. Allegedly, he got a lot going on, so I don't know. But that's still my boy. But back in 2010, I just was so obsessed with him and Nicki. I just loved them so much. I was just like, oh my god. So those were my people, and I got on Twitter because of them. Because back in 2010. For people around my age group, you remember like watching 106 in Park, and they used to always be reading the tweets off of Twitter and just talking about Twitter. Everywhere you go, every award show, they kept talking about Twitter. So I was like, that's the place to be for celebrities. Like that's all the celebrities out there talking and tweeting and all that. So I signed my account up. So that's just the backstory of how I got Twitter, right? So I got Twitter, got off of it. I got on there to tweet Nicki Minaj and tweet some random stuff, and then I got off for about 2 years, and then that's when I got back on in my freshman year or my sophomore year. Around my freshman year, I decided to, just start getting on there a little more faithfully and just start kind of just tweeting and just like being in a little more in the conversations and stuff like that, talking about my day at school. I'm ready to go home, ready to eat, I want to do this, just like tweeting random stuff. And so in normal Twitter fashion, you just come across people. People just follow you out the blue, this, that, and the third. So I was like, okay, cool. By this point, I was in 10th grade. I had established my Twitter up. I had got to a couple of thousand followers or 1,000 followers or whatever. And so I started, coming across different type of accounts and stuff like that. And this particular person just so happened to come across my page. And when I tell y'all, okay, I was always like fantasizing about a boyfriend and what my ideal first boyfriend would be, and just kind of like hoping and praying that I would get a man. Like I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I would like a boyfriend. Like I was like, I'd be walking around here with all these crushes and all this other stuff like that. But of course, I ain't gonna never make no move because I don't want to have to fight nobody. So it ain't gonna be nothing like that. But I have all these crushes. I have all these boys that, you know what I'm saying, that's low key be seeming real down low and be like trying to flirt with me and stuff like that. But they ain't never make nothing happen. So I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be teasing me like that. So we got to a point where this one person came up on my Twitter, whatever the case may be, come following me. And I'm talking about y'all, my type. Okay, he was a masculine dude. He was a thug type of dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, y'all know. Okay, like comment below if you like a thug. You know what I'm saying? Just comment below. You know what I'm saying? You like a little. You know what I'm saying? A little swag. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But anyways, okay. No, so he was like from New Orleans or whatever the case may be. So he had that New Orleans sound. By that time, August Alsina was kind of sort of started to creep up too. So I was listening to August Alsina and I knew his accent, and I was like, oh my god, a New Orleans nigga is trying to like come and talk to me. A New Orleans dude is trying to come and talk to me. Like I was like, what? So when I was again like 15 or something like that, and when this like dude came in my inbox, okay, I was like happy because this is the first person that I was able to actually have some sort of romantic communication with, or like lustful, like, I want you type thing. That was my first time ever getting that for real from a dude in my inbox. And then he was fine on top of that. And he was like a thug on top of that, like a masculine guy. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. Like, all right, here you go. This your time to shine. And mind you, this was during the summer. Like, this is my time to shine. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's do it. So we just Twitter talking, this, that, and the third. And all I know is, after a couple of moments of getting to know each other through the Twitter talking and stuff like that, he just, what I'm saying, decided to ask me to be his boyfriend and start claiming me as his and stuff. So I'm like, okay. And then started like, putting me out on Twitter and stuff. So I was like, okay, like, this is my man. Like, I actually got a boyfriend. Of course, at this time, I was down low. So I kept this to myself. Like, during the summertime, I had this man, and I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell my brothers. And at that time, I was hanging with my brothers a lot, y'all. I was hanging with my brothers a lot. So I ain't tell my brothers. I ain't tell no family. Of course, I ain't had nobody to tell. So I just kept it to myself, and I would always be on the phone. It was one point, like, our Wi-Fi messed up in my house one time, and he would be texting me on Twitter. And for me to, of course, at that time, my phone was off. I was 15. My phone wasn't on or nothing like that. So I was like, okay, we need to get some Wi-Fi. It was me and my brother, and I would go out the door, and we used to find this free Wi-Fi, like, linger around our, like, in the street of our neighborhood, like, in front of our house in the street. So I would have to go out there in the street and, like, text him and stuff like that. And we would be out there. I remember one time we went out there like midnight. We went out there late. The whole time my brother not knowing what I'm coming out there for. He just thinking I'm coming out there to use the Wi-Fi to get on the internet. Same thing he trying to do. No, I'm trying to get on here to talk to my man, baby. Like, I don't know what you talking about. I'm trying to get on here to talk to my man. Okay, listen, I ain't got time for that. So yeah, we used to have the little lawn chairs, the little metal chairs, the folding chairs. Take them on out there. Fold them out. I used to just be out there texting him, talking and stuff, just be happy, playing it cool because my brother right here. So, you know what I'm saying? I just was doing my thing. So this is my man, honey. But let me tell y'all this. So by that particular time, yeah, we were together. Yeah, things were peaches and cream and stuff like that. He was starting to kind of warm me up to like the gay community because first of all, I was like a deer in headlights. I didn't know about nothing. I didn't know how to really kind of like woo a man. I didn't know how to be like, I ain't know nothing like that I know now. Like I like a virgin. When we talk about a virgin, completely a virgin. Virgin to everything. Virgin Mary, baby. Virgin.quan. That's what we're going to call it. Virgin.quan. That's what I was. I was just completely a virgin. I didn't know nothing about nothing. And I was just getting out there and I was just trying, to get my heart satisfied and live long, happy ever after. But we see what that said. So, anyway. So, while we were in the process of getting to know each other and talking and stuff like that, I started to go back into school and stuff. So I was like, okay, everything is all good, all fine and dandy. But what I did notice on Twitter is that he would do a lot of talking to a lot of different dudes. I was like, okay, he keeping it friendly though. Like I would always go lurking. Like I know everybody done been in the lurking stage, right? So I would always go lurking on his Twitter page and I'd be like, okay, you tweeting a lot of other pretty boys and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, the dude he had no bad taste. That's one thing I can say. So he was always tweeting other like dudes and stuff though. And I was like, and then it was dudes that were half naked and kind of like serving a lot of body and a lot of other stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. He would tell me that they were his friends and how they would tweet. It was cool, but some of the tweets would kind of give me like, I don't know, kind of like something else in the DMs, something else in the DMs could possibly be going down. You know what I'm saying? But in the Twitter public, you trying to keep it clean. So I was like, I don't really know about this. So I would always confront him about that. And he would try to make me seem as if I was like, just tripping, the typical stuff that dudes do, try to gaslight you, make you feel like you're going crazy, like you just tripping, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to chill out and I'm just going to do me or whatever the case may be. So by this particular point, he would start, trying to warm me up to getting to a more intimate stage or whatever the case may be. I wasn't comfortable with that, y'all, because mind you, this whole situation was very long distance and I am also like only 15 at this time. So I was like, I don't really know about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went into the whole taking pictures and sending them and stuff like that. That was my thing. Like, I was like, like, I ain't finna be taking the pictures and sending and stuff like that. But apparently, I think that's what the other ones was doing. So that's why he would go over there and be with them. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was going to be satisfying him in that department. And I was like playing it cool. I was just kind of holding out faith that this man would just continue to be my man and that we would continue to talk and this, that, and the third. And then he would be at my high school graduation and then he would sweep me off my feet and take me to New Orleans, honey, or wherever we're going to go. We're going to live happily ever after. But no, apparently not. That's not what happened. So by this particular point, he starts to get a little more like overtly, like, you know, flirtatious with people on Twitter. And I would be like, well, dang, you just basically kind of saying F me, ain't it? Like, by this point, it had been a couple of months. Like, we had been talking for a couple of months. Like, so it was like, what are we doing? Like, it's like you really kind of disrespect me because it's clear that you are flirting with other people and stuff. And this is what I'm just seeing on your Twitter page. Just imagine what it's you doing in these DMs with every other person. So this is when the birth of the crazy came, honey. And I went and I inboxed one of the other people and I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, this person, his name was, do I want to tell y'all his name? No, I don't want to tell y'all his name. I'm going to just hide. His name is Daniel. So he would go and text. I would ask him, I was like, so, you know, do you know Daniel or whatever the case would be? And he would be like, well, he was like, you know, yeah, I know him, and, you know, da-da-da, just basically spitting the tea that basically, you know, they kind of sort of talk in a sense, but not in a, like, full-blown relationship or whatever the case would be, because he was more, you know, educated on this whole thing. He was like, listen, I ain't finna date nobody I hadn't met, but me, baby, I was all in, because this was my first, you know, dude that I was really getting, that really wanted me basically, and that I wanted him, and we were both out loud and proud. So I was like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna take my chances and I'm gonna get my feet wet with this whole situation. Like, although this is long distance and I'm probably gonna meet you for a long time because I was only 15, wasn't driving, wasn't flying, wasn't working, so it was like, how I'm gonna make any of this work? It ain't gonna happen. And my mom was very strict and she's very overprotective, so I know she wouldn't let me just get out of her sight to go. Like, that was never gonna happen. So I was just holding out faith that we were going to keep on Twitter texting and keep on chatting it up until, you know, we grew up, and then next minute we were going to be able to live happy after. But no, that's not the case. So after the boy got confronted or whatever, or not confronted, but I kind of chatted with the guy about what was going on, I went back to him, and then we would get into like this argument and all this other stuff like that, y'all. And he would stay trying to be this master manipulator and try his best to gaslight me to make me seem like I was crazy and this, that, and the third. Like, I was just da da da. And I was like, no, you making call me crazy because I went out and asked or chatted with somebody that you be chatting with very often and obviously flirting with on the Twitter timeline. So yeah, that can make me look a little crazy. But honestly, I don't care, because one thing about these dudes, and all y'all females and all the gays, y'all know that one thing about them, if you are clocking them on whatever they're doing wrong, and you are the least bit close to your detective work of solving the issue of what's going on or being on their behind about what they actually are really doing, they're going to try their best to gaslight you and make you feel like you're just going crazy, like you don't know what you're talking about, because you ain't got no proof and you can't physically show them something. They're going to try to be like, you ain't, what you talking about? That ain't never happened, da 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 da. We know what we talking about. The intuition don't never lie, so y'all can cut the games out. Anyways, but that's neither here or there. So yeah, he basically got to that whole point or whatever the case may be. And I was just like, okay, what I'm not going to do is, although I was so invested and so all into it, and my heart was like, y'all, my heart was so into it, I would be at my phone in the morning checking for messages. I would be ready to go to Twitter to see that notification by the little DM. If y'all on Twitter, y'all know how that little 1 or the 2 or whatever, when you get messages pop up at the little message notification at the bottom. I would wake up and wait for that message to wake up and look and see if that notification sit by that little envelope. Some days he wouldn't, some days it was. It was just like so heartbreaking. I was just like, oh my God, like I'm really in a situation where a dude is like, you know, chatting with me. I was just so happy, y'all. But unfortunately, that came to an end because he just felt like I was basically insecure or whatever the case may be, and crazy. But that was not the case. It was you trying to play me like I was crazy, and I was definitely far from insecure. Because one thing about me, I may have not knew how to dress back in the day, but I definitely was always cute, and definitely the body was always on point. So can't nobody ever take that away from me. So that's just what it is. So I don't know what he getting from insecure, because I was definitely never insecure. What I got to be insecure about? Let's just be real. So I'm like, that's not the case. It's just that when people call you out, you want to go and start trying to gaslight. And that's just what the whole thing was. So that came to an end, y'all, because it was just like, nah, this is just too much. You obviously are trying to play games and trying to mess with this dude, and mess with me and trying to have us all and have your cake and eat it too. And it's just like, nah, I'm not finna be a part of this ringaling circus. And I don't think so. Like, it's not finna happen. I didn't sign up to be no Bobo the Fool. That's not what I signed up to be with. So it didn't last, and it just didn't last. But it did last a couple of months. It lasted long enough for me to feel comfortable enough to come out to one of my friends. So that was a good little, thing. Like, I came out to her, and then everything, the door just opened for me after that relationship, because I do feel like I got comfortable with being who I was. I was like, now I feel content with knowing that I've had this feeling all this long time that I knew that I like guys, but that was my first situation where I was like, okay, I actually have a boyfriend, and the way my heart felt and the way my feelings were, I was like, okay, yeah, I really like guys. I haven't even met this dude. So with me feeling like I had felt, it was like, oh yeah, I know for a fact that I like guys, and I just can't turn back. I never turned away from it or anything like that. So it was like, it was never like a turning back situation, because I never left. So it was just a needing a feeling of getting my feet wet, and that was my first situation where I feel like I got my feet wet, and I learned from that. I didn't learn too much. That didn't come to the other situations and to my other boyfriends where I learned, child. But yeah, that was my first boyfriend. It was a Twitter situation, long distance dude from the Twitter. So yeah, that's shout out to Twitter for giving me my first boyfriend, for giving me that experience. And I wouldn't change it. I was going back in time, I still wouldn't change it, because that made me who I am today. That was my first situation, and honestly, I'm glad that it was, because it was like, at the time when it was good, it was good. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like at one point it was mutual, but then I felt like, because the other part wasn't getting what they expected, they started kind of looking at other places and stuff. But it's like, if that's the case, just break up. Like, why sit up here and try to still deal with somebody and have all these other people on the side? I never understand y'all men like that. That's just the dumbest thing possible to do. Like, just break up. What are you trying to keep somebody on over here with you and deal with all these other people on the sides? Too many diseases out here, baby, and I ain't trying to get none on. So, yeah, that's my story time. That's my first ever boyfriend, y'all. Like, I hope this pleased y'all enough, because it wasn't that much to tell y'all, because it was a long distance situation. It, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't too in depth. We never met. I know y'all probably like, what? That's where that's where the beginning of the part of the video comes from. When I told y'all not to judge. We never met. Okay? We never FaceTime. We never video chatted. It was nothing like that. It was just like a lot of chatting on the Twitter. So it was like a little fling, a little high school thing. But I still always kind of as my boyfriend, because, at one point he was claiming me all on the Twitter and stuff like that and everything. And I was claiming him. Like, it was a real situation. And yeah, it was real. It was a real situation, y'all. Y'all probably look at me like, that was no relationship. That wasn't real. Y'all ain't meet. Y'all ain't do that. Like, but to me, it was real. Okay, so no, that's my technical first boyfriend. If y'all want to hear a story time about my first real boyfriend that I actually had in person, let me know, because I would definitely let y'all know. Put it in the comments below. And go and follow me on Instagram, because I might just post a poll on there to see what story time y'all want next. And let me know how y'all like these story times. Do y'all want more story times? Do y'all want to get more into my tea? Do y'all want to get more into my business? Because I got some stories, y'all. I done been through some things. Okay? I done been through some things. Through the lakes, the valleys, the hills, the storms. And I will be willing to tell y'all, okay? Because at this point, I'm blossoming. I'm blossoming into a new, like, beautiful orange rose. So I'm down to let y'all know about all the past, because it definitely won't be happening in my future. I done lived, learned, and I will not be allowing none of that. So yeah, but yeah, that's the story. So let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about the story. And y'all, I definitely want to let y'all know that I am in the process of changing your names. So it's going to be either Q Crew or Q Gang. So which one of y'all like? Like, vote for that in the comments too. Is it Q Crew or Q Gang? I'm leaning towards Q Crew. I really like Q Crew, and Q Gang, that's cute, or whatever the case may be. I like that too. But I really like Q Crew. But I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Put it in the comments. Let me know. I might actually put a poll up on Instagram too. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, King_Cash with 3 H's. I'll put a poll up and we'll see what wins. I like Q Crew. So y'all let me know what y'all like. Let me know what y'all like, because we gonna put it out there. But yeah, y'all, we got some amazing stuff coming up this summer, some fun stuff. I can't wait to get into some things and just enjoy the channel this year, because last year we did a lot of vlogs, which I'm gonna get back to doing, but now I'm ready to do more fun stuff. Like, I'm ready to get on here and just kind of cut up and just have some funny videos up here for y'all to just laugh at, have a good time. And then we're gonna do story times. Like, I want to put y'all into my tea. I want to give y'all my business a little bit, like, because my love life has been a roller coaster, which is why after I talk to somebody, I have to take a break and just mentally, emotionally, and energy-wise digest everything that I've been through and cleanse everything that I've been through too, because I just don't be having time. I just be like, you know what? Love is a lot. And right now I am completely enjoying my single life because I don't be having time for no man that ain't trying to come around. But this, you know what? Now this ain't that video. Anyways, leave y'all comments below. How y'all think about this video? Do y'all want more story times? Do you like Q crew or Q gang? Which one do y'all like? And be sure to follow me on Instagram, King_Cash with 3 H's. Follow your boy on TikTok, Uniquely.quan on TikTok. I'm finna start getting on there, posting on there and stuff like that. So y'all get ready for that. And let me know what y'all feel. Have y'all ever been in any long distance relationships before? Have y'all met the person that you've been in a long distance relationship before? Have y'all ever been catfished? Oh my God, I got a story about that. And I actually would need my best friend here. Oh my God, I would need my best friend here. But no. If y'all want more story times, put them in the comments below, because we got a lot of stories that can be told, baby. So, yeah. But this is going to be the end of the video, you guys. Just remember, whatever you do, be uniquely you. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.